Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela and this is My Precious Yarnery. Today we're going to do a tutorial on this little sweater that I made out of cotton. I made it from Cotton Kings Sultan Solids and I used a 5mm hook with it. You're going to need a hook, you're going to need stitch markers, and you're going to need your yarn and scissors and a darning needle, and a needle to sew in your ends. This sweater I absolutely love. It's not really a sweater, it's something that I thought would be great to go over sundresses. You know, sometimes you just want to cover up a little bit. Now with this stitch, when you make, and a cotton, I used 100% cotton, you can use other stuff with it. Tobu, Nubu, all that. This is great. You don't have to use the yarn I use. This one is new from Hobie, but you don't have to use it. I used a 5mm crochet hook. You can just follow the directions on your yarn and use a hook. That'll give you a little bit of drape. Now with this stitch, I would, when you do your measurements, so it's just like, this is one piece except for the collar. The collar I attached as I did it. You'll see it all. And then I just sewed in my sides. When you do this stitch, it kind of, you know, shrinks up a little bit. Make sure when you do your measurement and do it from your biggest point, your chain, make sure you give yourself enough room to like make it a little extra big. Maybe about this much, not much, just a little bit to give you a little bit extra room. This is very easy stitch. This is called the wattle stitch, and you will enjoy it. It goes by fast and it's nice and easy. It's good for beginners too. So when you do your measurements, make sure you can go around your biggest point, because you work with the back piece and then you go and you work with one front and then you attach your yarn again and work the other front. It's simple, it's easy. I hope you enjoy it and I will see you soon. Bye everyone. Okay guys, so I have, how many do I have? I have 93 stitches on this. So what you have to do is you need a stitch count of 3. So you do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and get it to the size you need it. This is about a large. I haven't measured to what I would want. So what you do is you got your 93 stitches. I do not ever work in the front loops, but you guys can. You can work in your V's. I turn it and work in these back loops. And you'll see this in all my tutorials. Well, all my newer tutorials. I work in these back loops here. Okay, so in my third stitch from the hook, so 1, 2, 3, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. And then I'm going to skip 2, 1, 2, and do another single crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet. And that's what you're going to do until you have 3 stitches left. Skip 2, single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Do that until you have 3 stitches left, and I'll meet you when I got mine done. And that's it. This is the repeat through this row. Single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I have 3 chains left. In my last stitch, my last chain, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet, all in that same stitch. Then I'm going to chain 2, turn, and now this is your repeat for the rest. You're going to work in your chain 1 spaces. So this is your chain 1 space. So you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet, all in that same space, just like before. Except we're not working in the chain, we're working in your chain 1 space. And then get to your next one, single crochet, chain 1, and then a double crochet. And then look for your next chain 1 space. Single crochet, chain 1, then a double crochet, all in the same space. And I will meet you at the end and I'll show you how to turn your work. Okay, so my last chain space. And that's it. And then I'm going to chain 2, turn my work, and then in that chain 1 space, I'm going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and then a double. And that's it. That's your repeat. And that's what the pattern looks like. And you make it as long as you want, and I'll meet you back. This is your back piece, by the way. You're working on your back piece. This is how wide it is, and then we're going to do the panels. The front panels together. We're not doing any sewing for this except for on the sides. Okay guys, I have done 57 rows all together. Now this will all straighten out once we sew it all together. But so now we have to do the collar and we're going to do the first panel. So we have to figure out our middle. So what I did was count all the way across how many these little shells, and you'll be able to see them better once you know. So I have 31. So the center is on each side would be like, it's 16. So the 16th shell, it's 15.5, but the 16th shell I put a stitch marker in, and I want it to be about 3 inches, give or take some. So I just measure from the shells, so it would be this big. So I put 1 there and I counted even, so 2 on each side. So you got the middle one, because it's an odd number, and then 1, 2, put a stitch marker in there, and then 1, 2, and then I put a stitch marker in there. And now what I'm going to do is just work till this will be my end then. So I'll put my hook back in, and then I'll work my way across till I get to there, and then I will do my chain 2 and turn my work and then work my way back. I will show you once I get there what I've done. Okay, so I've made it to my stitch marker. I'm going into where I put that stitch marker and doing my stitch. And then I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work. And I will leave that stitch marker in because it'll help me keep track of where I started. I have to do 57 rows on this side. And then I'll attach my yarn on the other side and do 57 on that. But I will show you when I get this 57 rows done, what I do to attach my yarn on the other side. So I just keep going. Once I chain 2, this will be my new end. And basically that's where this is your back of your neck will be. So that's it, and I will meet you back here when I'm done. Okay, so I finished the one side. Now I'm going to attach my yarn. Now you can attach your yarn whatever way you'd like. I'm going to do a standing single crochet. So I do a slip knot and, you know. So right in this where I have my stitch marker, I'm going to do my, and I'm going to leave that stitch marker in so it'll help me with where I started. So just to do a standing crochet, I'll show you really quickly. So I insert my hook just like I'm going to do a single crochet, and then I bring a loop in. So now I have two, wrap my yarn and pull through two. So I do the rest of the stitch, single crochet, then a double crochet, and that's it. And then I'm going to do 57 rows on this side, and then I'll show you how to put it together. So this is your new beginning and your new end is over here. So finish that and I'll be back in a minute. Well, not a minute, but a minute for you. Okay guys, so I got both sides done, and what I have done is pinned my from the bottom corner in the middle and then where I want my sleeve to start. Now in this one I'm going to do 7 inches. So from the top, and then I put a stitch marker where it's 7 inches. And then I'm going to sew each side. So what I'm going to do is thread my yarn because I lost it. Sorry, I had it thread. I had it thread, and you know. And I'm just going to be very careful, and you can sew any way you want. This is how I attach my yarn. But you can do however way you want. Have a way you're more comfortable with. And then I'm going to take that stitch marker out. And then I'm going to just sew my sides. As careful as I can. Go one way and then come back that way. And I'm just going to go all the way down till I hit the end on both sides. Okay, so we got it all sewn up, and we have my top right side in. So this is the outside facing me. So I'm going to start with a slip knot, and I'm just going to see, this is your edging from when you did the top, when you did your side pieces and back your side pieces. We got to try and eye it to make it even. So I'm going to start right at the beginning, and I'm going to do a standing single crochet and just find a good spot and do a standing single crochet, chain one, and then a double crochet. Now to find the next place to go, now there's a hole here. You'd want to put it there, but you're not. You're going to skip right over because we don't want it too close together, but we don't want it too far apart either. And you just, oops. And then skip that one and go into there. Maybe if I can get my yarn to cooperate with me today, it might be a good thing. Okay, and that's all you do. All the way around, maybe. This might take me a while. Okay, so I want you to do that all the way around. Even when you get up here to your neckline, and it'll be easier. You'll see exactly where to put them. You'll go, there's a little section there that's like 3 inches. You'll go in the chain 1 space, and then you go down the other side. And then when you get to here, I'll meet you back here. Okay, so I've made it all the way to the end. So I'm going to chain 2, turn, and then keep going. Now I'll be working in my chain 1 space, so it'll be easier to figure out where I can put my stitches. And I'm doing this extra loose. My trim I'm doing really loose. I'm usually a really tight, but this one I'm just doing loose so it doesn't pull on it too much. Okay, so you can do as many rows as you feel that you need to do, and I'll be back to tell you how many rows I've done on this one. Okay, so I ended up doing 11 rows. So I'm going to tie it off now. Chain 1. And then I'm going to sew on all my ends, and that's all there is. Okay, thank you guys for, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.